today I'm here with Jay with Word of Advice.
Yep.
And Benjamin Sahlstrom. And they both have really big YouTube channels, and it's really kind of them to invite me to hang out this morning and work on some compressors. So what we're gonna do today is actually cut this 2-stage compressor open, and on their separate channels, Jay's gonna cut open this scroll compressor. Yep. And Ben is gonna cut open this classic reciprocating compressor. So we're just gonna kind of cut them open and see what's inside of them. This one should be really interesting because this one reverses its direction to pump more refrigerant in one way and then spins the other way to do the first stage cooling. So excited to see how that looks. The patent drawings were really interesting. It took us a long time this morning to find angle grinders, but we got them.
We got, how many do we have now? 3. Oh, we do have 3.
It's gonna work fine. Oh! So Ben and Jay actually left. They're gonna go buy 2 or maybe 3. They're gonna go buy some new angle grinders. I'm not sure how many they're gonna get because Ben's burned up, and after a little bit of deliberation, we decided that it's probably best to have some that have guards because it would not be very pleasant to have a chunk of cut-off wheel fly into your arm.
When are you gonna open yours, Ruben?
Hey, you said something earlier about...
When? You should, Ruben should use that one. What's on? The one. You get it? You didn't catch what I said. I said, when are you gonna open yours, Ruben? Gotcha. Get it? Oh. Ruben's a funny guy.
So why when?
Why when? Because there was no more port.
Because how?
How when? Hey, how long is a Chinaman?
How long is a Chinaman?
Yeah.
How long?
No, I'm telling you, how long is a Chinaman?
I know he's the Chinaman.
Who is?
How long?
How long?
Yeah.
Is his name?
What did the Mexican name his 2 kids?
What?
I don't know.
Jose and Jose.
Jose and Jose. Yeah. Alright, so here we go. We're going to cut the tops off. I guess you can cut them however you want. Ruben's is the weirdest, the way the weld mark is different. Oh, I guess it's kind of like mine.
I think I'm just gonna cut mine in a circle.
Have you, is there like a best height to cut it at, or not really?
I'm gonna cut it right above the weld.
Yeah.
Or maybe right below the weld. I think I'm gonna cut it above the weld.
Nice. Did you make it through? I think so. All right. Well, these guys are...
Tell me the wrong weld?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh no. This is not a screwdriver, but this will work.
So what happened a minute ago, actually like 3 hours ago, you forgot which side of the weld I told you. Right?
Right.
You guys were extremely abusive to your grinder wheel. You both like totally destroyed your wheels.
Did you do it in one?
Yeah, look at this. Okay,
I even finished it with his.
He used the rest of mine. Finish his. Look at this is mine. That's Jay's. So if you guys ever
my
have
first one's over there.
That's his. Ruben killed his too.
Ruben used all of it.
Sure.
I was gonna claim that mine was like some cheap brand, but it's the same as yours.
I know we have all this. Oh yeah, no, we used all the same wheels.
Ready?
Nice.
Wow.
Wow, that is hefty metal.
So there's a spring right on top there.
Yeah,
What
it
is
has
that?
it's a centering spring.
Oh,
Sits right in there, keeps it centered.
Oh, that makes sense.
I suppose since it's so tall, it needs that.
And there is like a little
is that the
ocean
motor?
of oil
Is
down
that,
in
is
the
that like a
bottom.
huge C-frame motor?
It is.
It's like all those stacked layers of whatever they call it.
Wow, it's actually totally not like I would imagine.
So the high side port, this is the high side.
Okay, the
Right
high
here.
side comes
The
out
low
the
side
bottom.
just comes straight into the whole body.
Yeah.
And
So
I
okay, wait. So does
guess
it have anything? It's just like it's just go dump straight in the can.
straight into the can.
Huh. And then just all over here, huh?
Yep, and then the high side line is wrapped around the bottom. You can see it down in there, kind of.
Can you take this out or no?
Let's see. That's a good idea. Well, I guess that line's probably going to be attached somehow.
Oh, is that why? Look, okay, look at this. So before you pull it out, there's 2 pipes coming out of the top right here. Wait, this would be where it pulls the vapor in?
Yeah, right here. I think on the bottom of
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So it pulls it in through here, compresses it, and pushes it out from the
out
bottom.
through that
Right to the
line.
bottom,
The
yep.
exit port.
So you're right, we're not going to be able to pull it out.
So-
Right here, it comes out from here and goes all the way around on the bottom, and then comes out.
Lift hard.
I think I want to dump the oil into the cap. Should we, let's see how the oil looks.
Yeah, sounds good.
Let's see if it burnt.
Ooh, nice.
Not too bad.
Looks just like honey.
Maple.
Maple syrup, honey stuff. If you guys want us to send that to you, let us know. Send your address and a check for $500. And a signed release form that you won't hold us accountable for any injury or internal organ damage.
Or ruining of pancakes.
Yeah, or bad pancake.
It just looks like syrup,
So
doesn't
it looks like, it almost looks like a seal kit or a, what do you call it, that UV stuff was added to the system at one point in time, because it's kind of like more yellow than I would expect.
I think it's burnt a little bit. Notice up here?
Oh, sure.
I don't know, that could be from grinding too, but
It looks like that was kind of just centralized in that general area right there. Because you were grinding all the way
I
down.
was cutting down here, but I suppose it's probably kind of circulating in there a little bit.
Because it would smell really bad, right, if it was burnt out?
They
Yeah.
smell really bad. Yeah, this
Yeah.
doesn't smell.
Oh, yeah, remember that one?
Yeah.
Oh, so bad.
Look how like yellow-green it is though. On the sides.
That's why I think that they added one of those UV dye kits to it
Yeah, maybe
previously, which I'm not a fan of.
they did. See, these didn't look very firmly attached.
Oh, sure, because it's just like, they're just like kind of funneling the vapor to where it needs to go.
These probably aren't a stainless because they're in a really safe, clean environment.
They look like they're stainless right now.
So
What is that? What is that plastic piece?
it's just like stuck in there. It's just like the manifold. Oh, so wait, it goes in this way. That's the compressor head down there.
Oh.
That's where the piston is. So this,
Oh,
it cools the motor with it.
yeah. Okay, so it pulls all the vapor through the
Oh,
entire
here's the
motor.
hole. There's a hole right here.
That's actually a pretty good design. Nice. So you would have to try really hard to slug it.
You'd have
Yeah.
to like overcharge it so bad.
Yeah, and then
And
also
cool it.
have there be no crankcase heater, and then also have there be, yeah, a weird, very weird situation.
And there's the motor. Is that the overload?
Thermal overload? Yeah, probably. Is that what that is?
That's so smart. So it pulls the low side pressures coming in, and then it pulls it around the motor windings to cool this.
Yeah, and also, since those motor windings would be warm, that would like boil off any droplets of refrigerant before it could get into the intake.
There's no filter in here. I kind of almost would expect some kind of filter.
So, and then it went through those two tubes that we just pulled out, and then funneled down into. Hold on, I gotta get this strap out of the way. It's okay. And then it funneled down into that receptor right there. So we'll have to continue this once we get this out a little bit further to see what it looks like. Now, wait, what was wrong with this one? Did it worked, right, Ruben, when we pulled it out?
Remember, it worked on one speed and not the other.
Right.
It worked on low.
And that's the most interesting thing about this one is figuring out how that
So
like reverse mechanism works.
Ben and Jay finally
This might
got
have
back
this
fine
might have something to do with
a
that
little while
reversing
ago.
mechanism.
with the new angle
That little
grinders,
electronic switch there, but we don't know
which
that for
actually
sure.
look very nice.
I don't even know
Looks
how
like
they
we need
reverse
some of those
motor.
weird reverse torque.
Yep, might have to get
things.
some tools.
I don't know how they.
They're called 12-pointed sockets or whatever, aren't they?
So we've got like a couple of
I think
springs,
that-
one on each side.
I think if you cut that tube off down there, like cut like around it so that it's loose, and cut it off, then it should lift out, right? Is that the only
If I
spot
just
that's
like
holding
turned
it
it
down?
upside down.
There's gonna be some oil left over, but
That's a lot harder than it looks.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
it
just
did
that,
come out a little bit.
it's just that tube.
So just cut that
If you
tube
put
off.
like a,
Cut that tube off, and then we'll.
Oh, right here. This is the high side. This tube comes up and then goes down in the oil to keep the oil hot,
Oh, weird.
and then wraps around and comes out right here. So they're utilizing the heat again to make sure no liquid gets down there. So
Whoa.
this just needs to be cut right there. Should I just do that?
Yeah, sure. I'll just video here.
All right. Now, electro.
Oh man, so the whole compressor assembly is on the bottom. That's
Yeah,
not,
down in the oil, it makes sense.
That's not at all what I expected. I totally expected the compressor to like, I don't know, I expected there to be like a piston.
Oh, sorry, I moved my bag.
that's fine. I was going to grab a.
Yeah, pliers.
Hey Darren, how's it going?
Hey Ben, going well. I am calling to ask,
There.
I finished my route today,
Just those ones.
Yep.
and I'm gonna go to Walmart to maybe pick up some ammunition.
Oh, nice.
But before I bought any, I was gonna ask you
You know what?
if I should.
Can I call you back in like 5 minutes?
Yep.
Okay, bye. Sorry,
Wow.
I don't want to miss this. Okay,
Look
so
at
you.
these.
Mr. America.
So,
Or just.
oh, did you see that?
No.
Look, this
What?
cam moves free of there. So when it spins in one direction, it has a different.
Oh yes, it's exactly what I was thinking.
It has a different kind of travel. So that, okay, it's moving that piston right now when it's in this direction, but when it's in this direction, it can't.
Oh, it turns around and
Look, that piston stopped. See the piston?
Yeah.
So in this direction, it's
Oh,
moving
it's two
one.
cylinders.
Yeah, two
Oh my
different
goodness, I see it.
cylinders. See, that piston's not moving down there when it spins in this
Oh
direction.
my word! It's exactly like we were imagining,
And
but
then
not exactly.
when it spins in this direction, it catches. Boom! Now that cylinder's traveling too.
So in one direction, it's two cylinder.
Cool, yeah.
It's two cylinders in one direction and one
That is
cylinder in the
cool.
other direction.
Yeah, that's amazing. So
The mechanical
first stage, second stage.
But we still don't know why the second stage stopped working.
It's just because the motor wasn't operating in that direction. It must be
So it's
something
just something electrical.
something with the electric motor, but because that all looks like it's good down there.
That's so cool. So when it goes this way, that one just stops. Doesn't move.
Wow.
Then it's only single
it's
stage.
not
So
moving.
it just basically
That is cool.
it centers out that lower portion of the crankshaft. Just gets
Oh,
centered.
sure, it just holds still.
And
so
then
this,
when you flip it the other way, it off centers it, and then away it goes.
that is so amazing.
That is pretty cool.
This is making me super depressed about mine, which is right over there, which is gonna have one silly cylinder in it. That's okay. You guys should still click on the link underneath this video and watch that one too, because it's really gonna be boring.
That's so cool.
No, that is pretty neat.
The engineering that went into that thought process.
So as soon as it gets centered, oh no, this is two stage.
it looks like
clockwise.
the parts are sliding so efficiently that it's
Right there, it
sometimes.
just stops.
Yeah.
Single stage, counterclockwise.
Whoa. That is so cool. Okay, let's get another view of this thing from the side or something. Is there?
Oh yeah, we haven't even really looked at it. Okay, our two pistons are traveling
Sorry.
right here
Yep. Up and down.
and compressing the refrigerant, which is then collected in this manifold.
It's like a receiver kind
yeah,
of thing.
and then this tube went down into the oil.
We can
You
look
see
at
it's
that
in
right here.
Yep.
To help
Attached.
keep that oil hot, I'm guessing
to help keep
And probably also
liquid
the-
refrigerant from accumulating down in there.
Yeah.
Well, and that tube had to be long enough that it could absorb the vibration of the compressor
Sure.
inside of the can.
Which they have really substantial springs, just 2 of them.
Just 2?
Just 2.
Oh, just 2, and then it
Just 2
was centered
and a
with that.
centering one on the top. So all we got to do is drill a couple holes.
So right here,
and
once-
thread some spark plugs in, and then we have a generator.
Yeah. So this is just like what would be called the intake manifold, kind of on an engine. Intake manifold, and
Exhaust.
that's why this is all.
That does look like an exhaust.
That's pretty much it. Intake manifold, pistons, exhaust. The only thing it's missing is spark plugs, like you said. Just drill a couple holes, spark plugs, and maybe a couple other things, and then you're good.
I mean, that's pretty much the gist of it. That is really cool.
That reversing technology that they put into that is so neat.
So that's single stage,
That is, yeah.
2
That
stage.
is neat. Motor goes into 2nd speed and it just opens up another piston.
You should see the list of names on the patent. There's
Really?
several people working on this to get this to
Several.
people.
Several is 3 or more, right? Or something like that.
What?
Several is 3 or more, right?
Yeah, at first you made it sound like it was going to be 20 people, and then you said
Several.
several.
So the motor looks fine. These electronic controls then must be responsible for reversing the rotation of it. So or maybe it is the thermal protection, but I don't know how they reverse the motor, really.
Weird, if you look at it
Do you
from
think
here, the
do you think it
windings
has
look...
do you think it has 2 sets of windings so that it can use one set of windings to
Isn't
spin
that
it
the
one
two-
direction? Yeah, well, I mean, you always have the windings coming out on either end of the motor, though. Probably not. We'll have to learn more about how that works exactly, but...
Oh.
Oh, do you feel the
It felt a little bit...
mechanical failure?
Yeah, it felt a little bit stiff for an instant. Does it sound kind of?
A little bit of a grind, yeah, I hear it.
I think...
You think it's maybe because it's on its side, though?
Maybe.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, every time I install air conditioners on their side, they don't work as good.
Nice. Oh, you can hear the swooshing sound. Probably oil in
Oh,
there.
yeah, you can hear it pumping air. So if your air conditioner breaks, all you have to do
But
is...
the other direction I can't,
Oh, funny.
because... Yeah, it's not meant to... Ah, now it's stuck.
Great, you killed it.
Ruben destroyed the compressor.
So there should be like reeds in here, which are just one-way valves, that when those pistons are pumping, push the refrigerant one way, so it can't just push back against the pistons. So it looks like we'd want to start with this. So do you guys think this is going to be just like stuck in there?
Yeah.
Like with a gasket?
No, that was easy.
Wow, it's almost like you had...
What blew away? Oh, the foam.
What happened?
Wow, that was very much like what I just said.
It
I think
wasn't
it's
too
just
bad.
stuck in there with the gasket.
Oh, sorry. We're back to what Ruben's looking at here. Go set it in there and then I'll close it. Both sides. Oh, cool.
Oh, there's more Torx underneath, too.
Yeah, because basically that's the other half of the head.
So I wonder. Yeah, look, you can see the reeds act. I don't really have a good way to turn this. You can see the inhale and the exhale. Alright, let's start with this one. And they're pretty tight.
But once they come loose, it's like not bad.
In your face.
It's just the waiting for
I think
the
these
hands.
gloves are making it a lot more difficult.
You're gonna get cancer now on your fingernails or whatever.
Fingernail cancer.
Pretty deep threads. And that one is a 3/4 drive. Okay.
Yikes.
Yeah, they're pretty tight. Thanks for holding that.
You meant 3/8 drive.
What did I say?
You said 3/4.
Not 3/4.
I think anyway.
I thought I said 3/8.
You might have said 3/8. So.
Oh, I heard it hiss a little bit that time. Let's try
So it's like
listening.
there's refrigerant trapped under here. Yep.
Huh. Nice hiss.
That's a reference. Jada Pet doesn't know what reference.
That's
Do
a
you watch
reference.
the guy that opens like 100-year-old MREs?
Nope.
Well, he talks
Steve,
about that.
1989, I think is his
Steve, 1989.
MRE.
Maybe we'll throw a
channel.
card up in this corner if everyone decides to.
Yeah, he's super fun to watch.
And he opens old things and then eats them.
Oh.
Which, we're opening old things right now, but we're not eating them.
Well, not yet, anyway. We haven't. If we find something worth eating, maybe we'll eat it. But
Okay. So I'm guessing we'll have to tap this gently. But I don't want to use your ratchet.
use the
I'll use
top of
Dad's
his
ratchet.
compressor.
Nice. Came off. Oh, here's the reeds.
Here's the reeds. So these are the, this is the high side.
For some reason, I thought they would go down a lot
Wait,
easier.
yeah.
They're kind of stiff.
I'm a little bit confused
Well,
at what
was,
exactly we're seeing here. So these are the intakes.
Well, it's got two
Wait,
reeds.
yeah, this is the intake manifold. Oh, so that's why it doesn't care that it's just a couple rubber gaskets. This is the high side. So this is metal on metal seal.
It's like a head gasket kind of.
Let's try turning it again.
Oh, there goes the oil.
Oh, I see it. I see it. It was like bubbling out.
Oh, so here it is. There's a secondary right here.
What is
So
the
this
upper
top
for?
one is just like
Oh, it's just
to
like.
prevent it from going too far. Maybe it prevents it from wearing or something.
Yep.
So yeah,
It
right now
just
I'm turning it.
barely comes up.
Oh, so let's turn it the other way, then we'll have both.
Yep, sure enough. You
So,
can kinda see the bubbles.
single stage. Hey, does only the intake activate too when it's on single stage? And then two stage.
So if you knock off the next plate, because see how this is a plate right on top there? This one? If you knock that, then the whole top assembly, valve assembly basically
Well,
comes off.
what's with this threaded bit here? Maybe that won't be a problem. Looks like I could pry really well right here.
Should I go get you a flathead? Oh, nice. Nice.
Alright. I bet we'll be able to see the piston heads now. There they are.
And that's the other sides of the reeds.
So single stage, and then reverse rotation,
Oh my word.
two stage.
So the refrigerant gets in here and it gets compressed, right?
Yep, gets
That is
pushed right up
cool.
through these high side. So these are the intake. So these ones should be able to pull down fine. Yep. Intake reads. Oh look, this one looks burnt.
Is it stuck though? One lifts and the other one doesn't?
Oh, that did feel like it was kind of sticking, but that's a little bit subjective because now it's broke loose.
It's fixed. Let's
Yeah.
put it back together.
Yeah, we can put it back
Put it
together.
again.
Put it back into the air conditioner. Actually, yeah, maybe this reed was just stuck.
So it wasn't letting coolant in to be compressed.
Which is weird, I mean, because this is a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
You would think, I mean,
Didn't look like it was very stuck. So.
yeah.
So maybe it
I
wasn't.
don't know. It might have just been gummed up, kind of.
Oh, so this does have a gasket on this one.
Sure enough. Oh
It's just
no!
like a-
You damaged it.
Ah, now we have to buy a new one on eBay before we put this back together.
Yeah. I bet you wouldn't even be able to buy one of those like ever.
Probably,
probably
not.
not.
No. Unless you custom.
So,
So-
do that one more time with the.
So here's the high side. High side's right here. Low side's right here. When the piston moves down, this reed pulls down, letting refrigerant in. When this piston slams back forward, it pushes the refrigerant through this reed into here.
Yep.
And if you're not getting like a really big pressure differential between the high and low, it can mean that the reeds have gone bad.
Interesting.
Because one time when I was working on a compressor, on a ice machine, Scotsman ice machine, they told me the compressor was bad because we weren't getting a good enough differential. He told me the reeds were worn.
Warren.
Yep, and that,
didn't know that was a thing.
even though it was pumping, still, it wasn't pumping as good as normal. So it wasn't getting the pressures it needed.
I wonder if is that what they mean by inefficient compressor? Or is that something else?
I don't know. Like a compressor.
No, wait, inefficient compressor would be something else.
Yeah, it could be.
Look at that, that's cool.
Two-stage, single stage.
That's cool.
Two-stage?
Pretty neat.
Single stage.
Oh man, that's hard to wrap your mind around.
I know.
Do it
I
again.
don't think I can fully understand how it's able to do that.
Now slowly reverse it. It's just because it's falling down a tiny bit in between.
Yep. Normally it wouldn't sit in this
Spin it a little
orientation.
faster.
In single stage?
Yeah, in single stage. Yeah, it's totally holds still pretty much.
You're trying to get it going and then...
I want to see if I can, so I have to...
Here, let me try getting going and you try to... Is it this way?
Yes. Like an engine.
Ah, that's awesome.
But if you get out of whack, it's
stops.
over.
It needs more of a flywheel, and then you could do it a little bit better.
Yeah.
There he goes, there he goes, there he goes.
So, okay, the only last question... Oh. So this is the port. That's why they have that little bit machined out there and there.
Oh, sure.
That was the only other question I had, is why was it like this. It almost looks like this was drilled out and then a circle was inserted, but I guess that just is acting as this port right here. So it forces the refrigerant to that side of the piston into this tiny space really efficiently, because when this gets to the top,
It's way
look at that. There's like nothing. It's like hitting this.
That's very compressed.
Mm-hmm. And so this, I don't know, is this part of the relief? What is this for? Or is that for oil?
That goes in here, but yeah, what is
Yeah.
it from? Who knows?
That just leads directly down into the crankcase area.
That's kind of cool that this motor sits in refrigerant. It's not
Yeah,
just...
like the refrigerant pulls over it.
Yeah.
That's why that 20 degrees of
Superheat
Superheat
is so
is so-
important.
yeah. Something really neat that we didn't notice earlier, but I just... Whoops.
That was a good land.
That was kind of cool. It landed nicely. But this actually has two magnets sitting in it to catch any metal that is moving through the system. So they're just two little...
So that's proof that you don't actually need to use nitrogen, because
Well,
it collects it right there. I know
copper.
it's not magnetic, but it's fine.
okay.
Why is it there
Look at
then?
that.
The system's copper. Is it just from shavings from the compressor itself?
Must be,
So it's just a magnet. They're just like, okay, we need a magnet for this. And then they just drop them in the can.
Another possibility is while we were taking this apart, something fell off and just dropped in.
I can see your face really well
Oh, sweet.
in the reflection.
Could use that as a mirror.
So we are now completely done taking apart the 3 different compressors. You got to see how mine looked, which I think that mechanically was very interesting. We also took apart Ben's, and there were some interesting things that I wasn't expecting with that one, and there were some pretty similar things. And then Jay's scroll compressor that we took apart was also really interesting. So you'll have to check out Jay's channel and Ben's channel in order to see what we found inside of their compressors. And I'm going to put the links to their channels down in the description, and possibly the videos in the end card if Ben will help me figure out how to do that. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed.